Recording in progress. Yay. Welcome to Qigong. Today we're going to focus on just getting our bodies ready for the fall. Because here in Texas, in South Texas, where I'm at, we have our first day of like cold 50-degree weather. It is full on winter here. Too cold to take your dogs outside. They will freeze to death. Just ask my dog. I took her on a walk this morning and she was like the whole time. So we're going to focus on jiggling and shaking. What I want us to do today is think about we're gonna open up the channels with some tapping. We haven't done channel tapping in a while. And there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can kind of cup your hand like this, or you can like cup it more like this, so you get more of like a pound. I'm gonna go with like the fingers today. So we're going to go down the inside of the arm and then up the outside of the arm and get up into that shoulder and even into that neck a little bit. Do the other side. Good. Oh, it feels so nice. So when we tap down kind of along the channels, it helps open those pathways. Oh, good. And it prevents any blockages from forming. Good. Let's just do a little bit of chest tapping. You can do nice and gentle. Don't do too hard. Ooh. Ooh. I'm tender today. Yeah. Just get some nice vibrations going through the chest and the heart and the lungs. Oh, good. Let's do the sides of the body here. Yes. Wonderful. Now we're going to kind of tap our heads just with our fingers. We can rub a little bit, kind of pull, grasping. Yeah. Tap, and then we can kind of just pat on the top of the head there. Get back to tapping and a little more grasping. Wonderful. All right, let's rub our hands together, get them nice and warm. And let's do that low back and the kidneys. I'm just going to place my hands there and just focus on feeling the warmth from my hands absorbing into my low back. I can rub them up and down if I want. Yeah. Good. Yeah, just feel your body warming up and feeling good. Do it again. We're going to go to the front this time. Palm over palm, just below the belly button. Take a minute to breathe into this area. Nice flat feet, about shoulder width apart. Think about dropping the tailbone down. Lifting the crown up. And let's do small circles on the abdomen. Yeah. Very good. Try and really relax into this movement, right? We want to think about nourishing all of those internal organs and that stomach and those intestines. Good. And let's go the other way. Just kind of making a circle around that belly button. Good. Close your eyes. And just relax and think about how good this feels. Yeah, nice. All right, next we're going to do the legs. So let's think about kind of coming up on our back as high as we can, and then we'll tap down the backs and sides of the legs, come around the tops of the toes, and then tap up the insides of the legs all the way up the chest. And then we'll do that again. Good, and one more time. Good, let's one more time. Oh, it just feels so good. Good, come back to our center stance, which is our feet about shoulder width apart. Thinking of that low back opening. I'm not squeezing and tilting the pelvis under, I'm just releasing and opening, tucking the chin, extending the back of the neck, letting that spine extend in both directions. Rooting my breath into the dantian. Good, and keeping that spine nice and up and down and straight, we're gonna start twisting and into our swinging arms. Good, think about keeping that head up, nice and straight, turning around, getting a nice full twist through the spine. Very good. Oh, yeah, nice twist. Letting the hands stay nice and loose so that they just kind of hit against the body. Right, they're hitting kind of the low back and the abdomen. These are both areas that are great for opening up, adding some chi into the area. So just like when we were tapping the channels earlier. Good, keep going. Very good. All right, let that start to slow down. Wonderful, coming back to center. Now we're going to do Repulse the Monkey, or this I believe is our wood element movement. So we're gonna have both hands out in front of us, and then we leave one hand here. We reach the other hand behind. So from a sideways view, it looks like this, right? And so I'm gonna reach back and then bring it to my shoulder here and push and pull together. And what that looks like from the front. Yeah, good. So I'm thinking about this front hand, I'm pulling in towards me as I'm pushing out with this back hand, right? So they kind of like meet this point right here where they're kind of balancing together. And then I open up. I do it again on the other side. Good. Good, nice and gentle, using about 70% of our effort. Thinking about balancing the in and out breath and trying to get the movements to sync up with that in and out breath too. So what do I mean? I'm inhaling here and I'm exhaling here. And then the movement ends when my breath ends and I start a new movement, inhaling and exhaling. Good, wonderful. On the next one, let's just let both hands come out. And we come back to our center stance. Hands come down. Good, we inhale, let the hands rise up again to about shoulder height. Keep going. Letting this movement be directed by your own breath pattern. Inhaling, come up. Exhaling, come down. Make it as slow and as even as possible in a way that still feels good. And we're going to start talking about and thinking about our chi while we do this. So as I inhale and raise my hands, the chi is rising up, we can feel it coming up. As we exhale, we feel it sinking down. Almost as if the chi is raising our arms when it comes forward. So now we're going to add in a little bit more of a meditation, a little bit more intention around that. Thinking about as our hands come up and our chi rises, we think about our body sinking. And you don't need to actually bend your knees and sink. I'm just doing that as kind of a visualization, right? It's almost like we're underwater, right? Like when you're underwater and you like do this movement, your body kind of sinks down. And when you do this movement, your body rises up. So feel the hands rise and the chi rise within it as the body sinks. And as the hands sink and the chi sinks, feel the torso rise. And then try and make those movements completely internal. And just think about the feeling of that movement. Good. All right, wonderful. Let's all meet back at the bottom, center stance, hands at our sides. Take a deep breath into that lower dantian, rooting into the ground. And just relaxing into your practice. Good. We're going to regulate our breath by doing our circle breath and gathering chi movement. So we inhale as the hands come up, and then we exhale as the hands come down. Again, letting your breath lead this movement. Thinking about the breath ending, the in-breath ending as the hands start to come down, and the out-breath ending as the hands begin to come up, and that transition is the same transition as your breath. Good. Just relax into this movement. We've been talking a lot about this movement as a way of checking in with your body and regulating your breath and your chi flow. And what does that mean, right? So how does it feel to inhale as compared to exhale? So there, my inhale feels a lot shorter, right? So I'm going to think about lengthening this breath. It's very hard to do while talking, so bear with me. But yeah, so I can, when I check in, I can tell like when I'm doing this, I'm arching my back, I'm opening up the chest, my breath is staying more up here when I want to root it down into that dantian, right? So then as I go slower, I can start to balance that out. So if they're the same in and out, and those movements match. So when we talk about doing gathering chi at our desks or taking a moment away if we're feeling particularly anxious, it's about connecting to that breath and evaluating it, right? How does it feel? Am I inhaling and exhaling equally? You know, do I feel, am I focusing on filling one part of my lungs? Go ahead and keep going, guys. You're doing great. I know this is a very simple movement, but it is really powerful and it can help us figure out a lot what's going on in our body. And I mean that like every day because our bodies are always changing. So anytime you feel disconnected, just go somewhere and circle breath, gather chi. All right, good. We've been doing that. Let's take a moment to start jiggling it out again. Just get the body moving. Yeah. And definitely do this in line at the DMV or in line for your booster shot, you know. Let's normalize like just jiggling and shaking all the time because it would make us all so much happier and healthier. Yeah, that feels good. Nice one. Y'all are looking great. All right. Very good. Very good. Let that simmer down. Let's come back to our center stance. Root that breath in the dantian. Good. Now we're going to go into a balancing movement that helps draw more chi in. Bring your hands up, make a V, and then we're going to switch weight to each side, twisting the body, coming back to center, going to the other side, twisting the body, And we're going to just keep going, leaving those arms where they are, letting the twisting of the torso make them turn. Yeah, so you might start to feel this in your hands. That is a very, very good sign if you're getting sensations up there. If it hurts your shoulders, like yesterday was chest day or something, you can come down here and just hold your arms here, but imagine yourself in that full extension still. Yeah, good. This one's called Chi twirling above the head. Good. And then when you get to one side, stay there and take the hand that's behind you to the back of your head, the hand that's in front of you to the top of your head. And then you're just going to bring one down one side, one down the other side, coming to our two dantians. Yes, perfect. You did great, but we're just going to show that transition again because it's fun. So again, back hand behind the back of the head, front hand in front, and then I do what I like to, it's like the model, right? I'm like, oh, oh, yes, I'm just bathing myself in chi. It feels so good. And then we begin our next movement where we trade positions with the hands. Oh, very good. You guys are doing this already without even trying. You want the hands to start and stop at the same time. And that's a little difficult because the hand that's reaching out has this like big arc to do. And the hand that's in the front is just going from like here to here. So they move at different speeds. Yeah. And so from a different perspective, you can think about like moving two arms at different speeds in different directions. It's just good for our brain, right? These is one of the ways that stuff like this is good for our brain elasticity and our cognitive health. Never underestimate the power of simple movements and what they can do for your body. So with this movement, we're sort of thinking about scooping chi into the lungs, the chest, the heart, and then rubbing it down into the liver, gallbladder, spleen, stomach, all the intestines, just nourishing our body. Don't worry about your breath. Whatever feels good, in, out, up, down. Very good. All right. If this is your first time, this is great. This is perfect. But if we've done this a little bit before, I want you to add in the torso twist. And remember, our arms are still just reaching straight forward, but because the twisting of the torso, we're doing that supermarket sweeps, grabbing all the chi off the shelf. Good. Thinking about doing 70% of our effort, so staying nice and gentle and just enjoying this, feeling how nice our body feels. Just accepting the chi. Very good. Let's come to the center. Both hands come down to that dantian. We're going to lean slightly forward as we bring our hands up. And this is what it looks like. Until I'm just leaning slightly forward, a little bit of bend at the hips. And we hold here for just a minute. Here we're thinking about all of the chi traveling down the arms, down the body to that dantian where we're just slightly bent over. Good. All right, stay here for a minute. I'm going to show you the transition to our next movement. We're going to come up as we bring the hands down. So it'll be like, and then we just come straight into, again, what it looks like from the front is we bring our hips up, the hands come down, come out and in and out and in. All right, ready? All together. And hands come down as our hips come forward, up and down and up and down. Wonderful. Yes. Letting yourself smile and enjoy this movement. Good. Last time. And just let the arms gently come down. Do a couple ins and outs. Come to a still point. Close your eyes. Root your breath into your lower abdomen. Feel your breath coming all the way down here. Letting your spine extend in both directions. Shoulders down away from the ears. Neck nice and long. Good. Take our two middle fingers, put them together tip to tip, and bring them down to the dantian. And then about 3 inches below your belly button, press those fingers in and let it kind of round that upper back. And we're just going to hold here as we breathe into those fingertips. Relaxing the abdomen. Letting it feel so good. Putting a little more pressure into the abdomen, pressing with those fingers. Good. And then we will come up Let's go back into circle breath. And as we do it this time, we're going to focus on feeling the chi, the gathering chi part of this movement. So think about the chi coming in through the palms, up the arms, through the shoulders, into the chest, down that center meridian from the heart to that lower dantian. Good. As you're focusing on your arms, make sure your legs still have a nice micro bend so you can stay open to that chi to receive it from the earth. Chi coming in through the palms, up the arms, down that center meridian. Feel the chi coming up through the soles of the feet, up the legs, and to that lower abdomen. Very good. Wonderful. Now think about chi coming in from the top of the head, coming down from the sky, in through the crown of the head, down through the brain, through the heart, all the way down to that dantian. Yeah, good. Very good. Try all of them. Feet, hands, head. And feel yourself just being filled up with chi. Very good. Let's do a last one. Let's bring our hands together over our head in prayer position. Bring them down and tap the forehead with the thumbs, tap the heart with the thumbs, and grasp the dantian with both hands, taking a deep breath in, connecting to it. And what a wonderful class today. Thank you all for coming. I hope that felt as good for you as it did for me. If you have any questions, feel free to stay after class and we can talk. Otherwise, I'll see you soon. Bye.